What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Dolo. We back with another legendary reaction video. And we're gonna watch the 10 scariest things found buried underground. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they got some mummies or something, or we don't see like no ghosts or we're gonna see what they talking about. It may
not be today, it may not be tomorrow.
I like watching these scary videos and shit. These motherfuckers be having me off my ass.
And when it does, all that's left to do is accidentally stumble upon it. Number 10.
It's the same dude. He got like that creepy voice. Well, not creepy, but it's like, bruh.
Crew is demolishing a parking lot.
He got one tone.
When they make a historic and
they make the video like scary type shit.
The crew was supposed to be building new apartments, but the project quickly switches to an excavation operation as heavy cranes lift casket after casket out of the ground. These caskets are over 300 years old and contain actual human remains. An old church and cemetery used to be here in the 1700s, and all of the caskets were supposed to have been relocated to a different cemetery sometime in the 1860s. Whoever was in charge of the operation lied and said they moved the bodies when they did not, probably to cut costs. This means for hundreds of years, people have been walking over top these unmarked caskets without knowing it. By the way, this happened somewhere.
You got me fucked up. You think I'm finna live there, bruh?
Around 2nd and Arch Street.
Fuck that. That's hundreds of years of fucking just paranormal shit. Motherfuckers just been walking on. They don't even know. Now they finna build a fucking apartment on top of it. You got me fucked up thinking I'm finna live in that bitch.
Over them.
Fuck that.
9,
it's like living on top of a cemetery, bruh. You ain't gonna do that shit. Even if y'all move the bodies, bro, they ass there.
Screen name says when his equipment starts beeping over some planks of wood, he curiously lifts the wooden covering and finds a small metal trash can buried a couple of feet underground. The only thing left to do now is open the lid and see what anyone could have possibly left for him out in the middle of nowhere. He removes the trash can from the hole.
He recording it the whole time?
For the worst. Inside is the head of a female mannequin with a blade taped to the right side. Both her face and the interior of the garbage can are covered with red paint in what appears to be a morbid simulation of a heinous act. Why anyone would want to create this, let alone leave it in the forest for others to find, is beyond me. Hopefully this is just creative artistic expression and not the inner workings of a deranged psychopath lurking around in the woods. Either way, Metal Detecting 24 is understandably creeped out at this point. He documents the event for a bit longer and then quickly leaves the area before its maker gets a chance to come back. Number 8.
You know what I do? Getting the fuck up out of there, nigga. I'm gonna run out. I'm a track star. She gonna run that way. That's me.
A construction crew is busy building a new road in Dorset, England, when they come across a patch of ordinary-looking land housing an ancient secret. This seemingly nondescript area happens to be the final resting site of no less than 51 unidentified bodies.
Damn!
To be more specific, one pile was nothing but the bodies, and another pile was all of their grimacing heads arranged in rows. Scientists were eventually able to determine through DNA testing that these were the remains of Scandinavian Vikings who were captured in battle and had their heads removed. Scientists were able to identify their country of origin by examining traces of microscopic food particles.
Hey, no cap, bro. Well, I ain't gonna say where I'm at, but up here in my state, bro, somebody got beheaded, bro. That shit's crazy.
On the day of their
just like 2-3 days ago, they just, bro.
The construction workers knew was that they had found dozens of bodies with no heads. I can only imagine.
Them motherfucking Vikings wasn't playing, boy. They chopped niggas. Woo! Look at all them heads.
A YouTuber
and left them motherfuckers
was doing some home repairs when he noticed a small hole in his backyard. He opened it up a little more and was shocked at what he found waiting down below.
This hole goes down, down, down.
It's summer in Minnesota. These places are better off because of Line 3. Massive local investments.
The fuck is that? What this fucking stupid ass fucking ad gonna let y'all niggas. guys be listening, bro. I just tried to discreet my motherfucking location. They gonna put that shit on there, bro. The fuck? Type of shit. But what the fuck is that?
To a giant cavern.
A
It's
cavern.
a gigantic earthen cavern extending a full 16 feet straight down. Craig
Damn.
wonders out loud if this was natural or man-made. As he continues to videotape from a dizzying height, Craig quickly had the hole filled the next day, but he'll never forget about the huge underground threat that was once threatening his home. He and his wife think that it was probably a well about 60 or 70 years ago, but they aren't positive. I'm just relieved that the hole didn't widen while he was standing over the edge. Number 6.
Yeah, that would have been his
A
ass.
YouTuber named Michael Delaney is flying his drone when he comes across a wild animal in the brush.
Is that a fucking snake? The fuck is that, a snake? Couple
Follows
snakes.
its path and soon finds himself hovering above a den of rattlesnakes.
Oh! Oh! Get going!
Michael is casually observing their natural habitat when suddenly one of them feels threatened enough to react.
Yeah, you not getting that motherfucking fall, bro. What are you doing? You're done.
The drone is fine, but the snake managed to dislodge the camera. Now the situation gets a whole lot more real. As Michael realizes he will have to somehow
This nigga is a buck. This nigga got some balls. This nigga's above a fucking den of rattlesnakes, bro, trying to get his fucking camera.
He wants to see his GoPro again. Thinking fast, he wisely chooses to go in with a hockey stick instead of his bare hands. He balances the GoPro on the end of the stick
my
and holds it
God.
for safety. Keep in mind that he's standing in tall grass and could have easily been bit by a stray.
He doesn't give a
Let me
fuck.
know if you think you're brave enough to do the same thing.
Man, fuck
or
that
if
camera.
you
They
would
got
have
it,
just left
bruh.
the camera with the reptiles.
They got it, bro.
Number 5.
That's legendary footage, though. That's a legendary nigga, bro. This nigga went, man.
YouTuber named Aqua.
How big your balls gotta be, bro?
Tree. Something compels him to take a look inside. He immediately spots an unusual fragment in the freshly upturned earth.
Weird. What do you think?
This prompts
Is that
him
a
to
bone?
look inside of the hole. He doesn't see anything else at first, but then
Ooh, what's that?
He white, ain't he?
Yeah,
You motherfuckers be curious.
Betting real, guys.
it's a piece of green fabric that Aqua Chigger hopes is just a tent. When he finds buttons, however, he knows that this is somebody's blouse. He finds some more remains and turns them over and over again, trying to determine if they are human or not. He notes that they are right by the highway and even says that police found a different body in a creek not too far from here. He eventually finds the jaw of a deer and some other scattered animal remains, so he decides not to call the police. Even if this was just animal remains, it still doesn't explain the fabric he found, nor does it explain how a couple of other bones look like they possibly could have belonged to a human. Let me know what
That's
you
crazy.
think this was.
Right on the
If you
tree,
think
huh?
He came across
That's
something
fucked.
that should have been reported. Number 4.
That's
A
crazy.
YouTuber named Charles M is checking out an old house for sale in Las Vegas that was supposedly owned by the mafia. At one point
Ooh.
during the tour, he comes across a fake wall in the kitchen and follows an old set of stairs down to a secret basement. The basement extends for a long time further and further underground, eventually opening up into a long white room that's completely bare, except for cabinets lining the far wall. Connected
what?
to this room are 2 other smaller rooms about the size of a closet. They each give him a bad feeling. The 2 smaller rooms are dark and soundproof.
Damn.
Strangest of all, the doors only have knobs on the outside. I don't know why the mob would have needed a soundproof room that nobody could escape from, and I don't want to know. That's all he finds. Hidden inside the ventilation shaft of one of the rooms is what appears to be a single spent bullet casing.
What?
Number 3.
But they was getting
YouTuber
niggas
named
gone
Mr.
in that
Technical
bitch.
Difficult and his friends are hanging out by a river when they see an old abandoned cooler on the other side. They don't pay much attention to it at first, but after a while they grow curious as to what could possibly be inside. Finally, they can't take the suspense anymore and decide to retrieve
It's
the
taped?
floating container. What they find inside is troubling.
See, man, that's why you mind your motherfucking business, man. There could have been a bomb in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? There's probably somebody head in this bitch.
the hatch.
What's in there, bruh? What's in there, bruh?
They remove an excessive amount of
Nope.
masking tape
Nope.
and
No! Getting the fuck on, bruh. A fucking dog?
pop the lid only
No!
to see a black-eyed doll peering back at them. The creepy doll is dressed in red suspenders, and its head is turned directly towards the camera. No one knows what to make of this unsettling discovery, and they all stand around for a bit laughing nervously. To this day, the group has absolutely no explanation as to how or why this doll was sealed.
Probably
and
some
sent down the
paranormal
river.
shit,
And
bro.
more importantly,
Hell nah.
who is responsible for this strange message? Number 2.
Niggas tweaking.
Members of the YouTube channel TFIL is on a guided tour of some Egyptian ruins when they decide to sneak away and do some exploring of their own. They ditch the tour guide and split up into separate groups to cover more ground. At one point, TFIL makes a strange discovery in a random pile of nearby rubble, which he quickly shows the rest of his group as soon as they meet up again.
Your ass
They
tweaking.
assume it's a piece of someone's backbone, but they can't tell if it belongs to a person or an animal.
Anybody else want to hold a skull?
People do like to see you.
Seriously?
Because not allowed.
Whoa.
No send it for internet, this one, please.
Huh?
You don't send it from internet.
It's hard to tell if this is an original discovery made by TFIL, or if an archaeologist previously dug this item up, cleaned it, and left it in a pile for later, or because it wasn't an important discovery.
That's
Eventually,
crazy.
their tour group finds human remains, which the group silently observes and reluctantly passes around. Who knows what else they would have unearthed that day, just with a little more digging. Before we get to number
Crazy.
1, my name is Chills, and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. I'm currently doing a super poll on my Instagram. If
Okay,
you
we don't
take
give a
to
fuck.
this to
Plug
your
me.
generosity,
You know what I'm saying? Follow me at Dolo Roy on every motherfucking thing. You know what I'm talking about?
the bell button.
How about that?
Workers in Augsburg, Germany, were stunned to unearth a giant device dating all the way back to World War II. The live charge weighed 1.8 tons.
Damn!
It could have easily gone off just from making contact with their heavy digging equipment. Police immediately evacuated over 54,000 people from the city, while a squad transported the war artifact far away and detonated it. If it had gone off, experts predicted the blast radius would have covered nearly 1 full mile in all directions.
Damn.
You may
That's crazy, man. A fucking full ass bomb that didn't go off and that bitch was active as fuck. That shit is crazy. Make sure y'all niggas like, comment, subscribe. That was a good ass video. And I don't really have an outro.